Hello BookTube. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth and it's time for Friday Reads. Well, I didn't do a Friday Reads video last week because it was so close to the end of the month and I was finishing up the Time Hopathon and just trying to finish as much as I could that was on my February TBR. So I just decided to wait and put all of those last few books in my February wrap-up. And so I ended up finishing 10 books in the last 8 days of February. 2 of them were just little 40-page books, but I was really cramming hard to try to finish as much as I could. And I still ended up with 3 books that were on my currently reading that don't fit with the mystery theme, and I've got to figure out now whether I'm going to read them anyway in March or put them on hold or what. So I don't know. I'll talk more about that in my February wrap-up, which should be coming up pretty soon. But for now, what I'm reading right now and what I'm going to be reading in the next few days. Well, I said that I was going to read only mysteries for the month of March, but I'm amending that slightly just for these first few days of March, because I really want to finish the last few Sunshine State books for this school year. My daughter Katie's book bowl is coming up on March 8th, and she's decided she's going to try to read as many as possible. She's already read a few of them. We've checked them all out from the library, at least the ones that we haven't read yet. And her and I are just going to have our own little readathon this weekend and read as many as we can. I hope to at least get my 5 read, and she is going to, read as many as she can as well. So here are the 5 that I still need to read. I have Frenzy by Robert Lettrick. Katie actually finished this today. She said the ending was a little disappointing, but she enjoyed the book overall, and I've read about 4 chapters of it so far, and if I had to classify it right now, I would say that it would go into the horror genre. And again, these are all middle grade books that are geared towards 6th to 8th grade. This is Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. This, I believe, is a futuristic sci-fi dystopian sort of book. It takes place during World War III. Now, I believe this one is a mystery. Turn Left at the Cow by Lisa Bullard. This one is also potentially a mystery. Nickel Bay Nick by Dean Pitchford. And I'm not sure about this one, except that it looks like it takes place underwater. It is The Neptune Project by Polly Hollyoak. I'm not sure. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. It looks like Hollyoak. So these 5 I want to finish before March 8th. Insignia is the only one that I can find any sort of an audio for. I can get that through my daughter's school website because her library purchased it. And so by accessing the website through her login, through her student ID, we can access this one on audio. But Katie doesn't like to read audio. She just prefers the print book. But for me, I can listen to this weekend while I'm working on other projects. And then the shorter ones I will read in print. Frenzy is actually available on Hoopla. So today, while she had this with her at school, I had a little bit of time to read while I was subbing, and I was able to read it on my phone through Hoopla. Alright, now back to March Mystery Madness. Other than that, my plan is to read only mysteries for March, and so the first one I picked up is On What Grounds by Cleo Coyle. This is the first book in the Coffee House Mystery series, and I was able to also get this one on audio through Hoopla. So I've been listening to this one on my phone as well. And then I got the audio of this from the library on CD, and I've been listening to this in the car. It's a reread for me. This is The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. This is the first in the Flavia de Luce series, and I listened to this on audio a few years ago because I saw the title on a library website. It was one of those situations where they, another library in our county, they had a section in their newsletter that says what the staff is reading. And I saw the title and I thought, oh, that sounds really good. Well, I can't really even tell you how the title relates to the story because I really don't remember much about it at all. And I remember being confused about really what was going on in the story. And since then, I've heard other people talking about it and talking about Flavia and how she's this kid who's all into chemistry, and she's very interested in solving murders and solving crime, and she and I had forgotten that it takes place in 1950, so it's historical fiction, and I really didn't remember anything about it at all. And maybe it's because the audio is done with an accent, and she talks pretty fast. The narrator goes pretty fast, and I have a hard time just processing what she's saying. So I went ahead just today and picked up the print book so that I can kind of go back and follow along in the print book, because I've already had to listen to the first disc 2 times to really just comprehend what is going on. Because there's the storyline of Flavia finding a body, but then intermingled with that is all of the backstory, and she's just talking so fast that I can't keep up with what she's talking about. And I'll think I'm paying attention, and then all of a sudden I clue in that she's talking about something else, and I think, wait a minute, when did she change the subject? And I have to rewind back and just kind of pick back up on what's going on. So this is a tough book for me on audio, but I have the print book now, and I'm really hoping that by the time I get to the end of it this go round, I will understand Flavia de Luce a little bit more. One thing I do know about Flavia is that she's definitely smarter than me. I mean, her knowledge of chemistry and just everything is pretty amazing for a kid. Of course, I know she's a fictional character, but I think it's going to be a fun series, and I've heard people speak highly of it. I just have to really pay attention. So those are the two mysteries that I have picked up so far, and then in print I've been reading Frenzy. The next audiobook that I plan to pick up is The Good Husband of Zebra Drive by Alexander McCall Smith. This is part of the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series, and I've been reading them in order, so this is the next one that I need to read, and I can't remember what number it is now, but I'll type it down below. So that should keep me busy for the next few days. I've got several videos that I need to film coming up, and I'm probably going to do some filming this weekend and then release those videos over the coming week. But a few other announcements regarding March Mystery Madness. I did do a video talking about our Twitter sprints and events that we have coming up, and I know that Di has already started her midday meetups with Di, and that is at 12 noon on Pacific time. She is doing sprints during her lunch hour, and maybe not every day, but just be aware and figure out what 12 noon, in whatever time zone you're in, figure out how your time zone compares to Pacific time, then hop on Twitter and see if Di is doing reading sprints. And then we also announced our Monday meetups, which are going to be on all forms of social media. Anyone who's participating in March Mystery Madness should hop on social media and just start interacting with other people who are also doing March Mystery Madness. You can comment to their videos. You can get on Twitter and comment using our hashtag. We have a separate hashtag for the Monday meetups, which is MMM Meetup. And of course, you can also use the March Mystery Madness hashtag as well. And then that's going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And so you'll be able to, again, if you're in a different time zone from us, then you'll be able to figure out how that fits in with you. So for us, it's Monday, but for those of you on the other side of the world, it'll already be Tuesday. But we would still love to have you join in. So anybody who's participating in March Mystery Madness, we want to encourage you to, post photos of what you're reading. Just hop on and get on the Goodreads group and read and reply to discussion threads. Anything you want to do so that we can just get to know each other a little bit better. So that's what we have planned, and we're going to be doing that every Monday throughout the month of March. So I hope that will work out, and I hope that'll be fun. Now, I'm going to plan on hosting some reading sprints. I'm going to do some random ones throughout the week as I have time, but the main one I'm going to be doing is a very, very early morning on Sunday morning, my time, Eastern Time. I'm going to try to get up about 5 a.m. every Sunday morning and do reading sprints until I have to get ready for church, which is about 9 a.m. because Sunday morning early is a really good time for me to read. So those are definites, but just hop on Twitter anytime and just throw it out there and say, hey, is anybody from March Mystery Madness reading right now? Let's read together. And I'll try to keep a check on it as often as I can, and anytime I'm going to be reading, especially this weekend, I'm going to be reading the Sunshine State books, but it's still March Mystery Madness. So while Katie and I are sprinting, then of course you're welcome to sprint with us. That's about all I have for this video. If you have any questions about March Mystery Madness, please comment down below, and I will link my TBR video to this video, and all you need to do is click on that, and then in the description of that video there are other people's TBR videos that I've been adding to that list. There is all the information about the Goodreads group and the on our Twitter handle, and everything you need to know about March Mystery Madness is in the description of my March Mystery Madness TBR video. So I'll put a link for that down below. If you haven't had a chance to see that, then go check it out. So I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.